final thoughts on First Descendant. Okay. This game is so fucking cool. This game is awesome. This is... Where's the, I saved this the other... Okay. Okay. Tom Clancy's The Destiny frame plus anime girls. That is basically how this game is, right? It is sitting in between Warframe and D2. And let's be real, chat, there is not much else that is going on in this genre. It's like a really weird genre combination of like sci-fi, looter shooter, with like bosses and dungeon-esque shit. And honestly, it's a bit all over the place. It's a really odd genre, and that's why the only two things you really see in it are Warframe and D2. The good side of this is you get a really dedicated player base for these games. The bad side of this is, because the genre is so limited, no matter what any newcomer to the genre does, they're gonna get fucking, like, basically scrutinized to hell and back. And I've seen that over and over in playing this and streaming it, is people who are expecting it to be Warframe remastered or D2 remastered. It is a newcomer in... Basically, you know how people say there's like a pond? Like the big fish in a pond? The only two ponds, like there's one pond and the only two fish in it are Warframe and D2. And Nexon has made a fish that, in my opinion, can make those two big fish feel threatened. Like, if the beta continues to... Well, if we get another beta, if we get more hype, and if we get a, like, good release, ergo no servers crashing, blah 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 blah, I can see this making Bungie and Digital Extremes sweat their asses off to try and keep their player base. I have seen, from looking at the content creators, looking at who's streaming it, looking at some of their streams, a lot of the big Warframe streamers and a lot of the big D2 streamers have jumped on board with this. Nexon has accepted them all, and at least for me, Warframe has never accepted me as a content creator. Nexon are playing the game hard to push this to be a D2 or Warframe killer. That is my opinion. Not like they could stream D2 this weekend. Yeah. That's... Bungie's bullshit aside, that's a different story. But this game, genuinely, I think it has a fuck ton of potential. I think Nexon have done all the right things. They've scouted out content creators that like this genre and that will actively play it. They've had drops on release, which has made Warframe fucking sweat. They've hit all the good parts of each game. Aside from the mod system, I do think the mod system needs a bit of work. But again, it's a beta. I'm reserving my thoughts and I'm taking it, like, with a grain of salt. I do think the mod system will get revised. Nexon are coming out swinging. They've got crossplay and cross-save, bang, done from the start of the game. Which, we all know that was a shit show with D2, and continues to be a long-going shit show with Warframe. The bosses feel fucking challenging. And it's not just, oh, they've got 5 million HP and it's just like a whittle down. They have mechanics in the same way that a D2 raid boss has mechanics. It's hitting It's hitting every aspect of this genre really fucking well. It's most likely an older build. Yes, the beta will not be the final product, but the beta has given me a lot of hope that the final product is going to be really fucking good. Obviously, I am a content creator for this game. They picked me up. So I will admit I do have a bit of bias there already. And I don't think you can blame me having streamed Warframe for 2 years and DE never recognizing me, but Nexon recognizing me and going, hey, she loves looter shooters. Let's give her content creator. I am not denying in any way, shape or form that I am biased for this game. And I want to see it do well. And I'm really grateful that Nexon put faith and trust into me for this. How's the damage things? The mod system is arse. It's very confusing. It's the same sort of energy as when you're trying to get into Warframe and the mod system doesn't really help you. However, there is a feedback form of things that the player base wants changed. So I'm hoping that Nexon will listen to that feedback, because I know I'm not the only one who has that. Again, it's a beta. I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I'm hopeful that we will get a redo of the mod screen. Make it a bit less confusing, make it a bit more accessible. But that is genuinely my only gripe. Damage feels good. Gunplay feels good. The screen does shake a little bit with high fire rate weapons, but not any more than any other game. I will say, motion blur needs to be off for this game. This is one of those games like Warframe where motion blur will fuck you in the ass. But again, that's a personal choice. Some people really like motion blur. Some people hate it. I don't like it. I think it's shit. So to me, it was an easy choice to turn it off. To you, I don't know. Maybe you like motion blur. What else is there to talk about? Damage feels fucking beautiful. The noise, the sound design is brilliant. I cannot emphasize this enough, chat. The sound design for this game is fucking wild. I don't normally pay too much attention to sound design, especially like being half deaf, and also the fact that I've had a cold this entire time of the beta. I haven't been at my best with sound, but I found it really nice. I found the guns feel and sound like authentic. It doesn't feel like the sound is delayed. I'm gonna talk about what Red just said. The fact that they swear, this feels realistic. Like, you know, in D2, you get hit with something really hard. You just go, ah! And that's it. This game, the characters are interacting. The characters are like talking to each other. They're swearing. They're showing their personality. And I know that the D2 comparison is not quite fair there because the Guardian is meant to be a blank slate. But I really appreciate that each of the Descendants has their own personality. I really appreciate that they're not afraid to do the swearing straight out of the bat, where it took Warframe years to get to that point. They're showing us a lot of personality for the Descendants, and in my mind, I'm feeling like that's going to equate to a lot of storyline in the final game. Does anyone have any specific things they want me to give my opinion on? Anything you want me to discuss? Anything? Otherwise, I'm just gonna ramble. I do like how they talk to each other. Exactly. It feels very alive. It feels very dynamic, I think is the word I want. The Descendants don't just feel like a blank self-insert character. They feel like you're actually playing as this person. And, you know, the fact that the entire community hated on Jeremy, like, immediately, frame one, is a testament to how this game has handled its story writing. Who has the best ass? Dead Bride. Thoughts on operations? So far so good. Again, I'm reserving judgment of that one until the full game comes out. What is the difficulty like? So you know how Warframe, like, Steel Path is basically the same shit, but with more bullet sponge? I'm not getting that with this game. The bosses and the difficulty play more like D2, where there's actually a bit of skill and pattern recognition involved, and it's not a bullet sponge type thing. Do you think there'll be more complex activities? Yeah. So, from my understanding, I do not want this to be taken out of context. From my understanding, this game, this beta, has been specifically to test crossplay server strength. And as far as crossplay server strength, it has passed with flying colours. Sure, there's a few things here and there, there's a few little lag spikes, there's been a couple of crashes. It's a beta! You kind of expect that in a beta. But, having said that, they also have not shown everything in the game. We know for a fact that there's going to be more storyline. We know for a fact that there's that whole map, and we've only got to explore, like, less than half of it during the time of the beta. Yes, and you know some people are going to take it way out of context and run with it. And, you know, again, my opinion. Do not take this as a fact. Do not take this as, oh, she's leaking content creator shit. Because I'm not. I'm talking out of my ass right now and giving my opinion. I just want to make that crystal fucking clear. I feel like the stuff they've released at the beta, the storyline we've released as the beta, is the teaser. This is the entree to the game. It left us on a cliffhanger with what's going to happen with Jeremy. We know for a fact there is going to be more storyline. We've got all that map. Knowing Nexon, it's going to be bigger. Look at any other Nexon game that has MMO aspects. Their maps are fucking huge and there's a ton to do. I would be absolutely shocked if this wasn't going to be at least doubled, like, in the final game. The fact that you could play rounds with people from PC, Xbox, and PlayStation at the same time? Yes. They have nailed crossplay for this. Which Warframe is struggling with that one. D2 is, they've pretty much got it, but it's taken them a while to get to that point. Nexon have come out of the gate and hit hard with this. Like, crossplay, down pat. This beta basically served as a crossplay test. Making sure nothing unexpected was going to happen, and if it did, now they're aware of it, now they can solve it. Sadly, some people will see the issues and complain about it, thinking it's a bad game. That's exactly what I mean. A lot of the complaints that I've seen are complaints that you would make of most full games, like in any other situation. And hell, even my one about the mods is a very light complaint because I know it's a beta. But for a beta to be getting the same feedback and complaints as like full releases without any stress, and literally with this being a crossplay beta test, that's fucking insane. And I honestly think that in and of itself, the fact that people are treating this like it's a full game release is proof that Nexon have done this right. Like, chat, I genuinely don't have much criticism for this game. I think they've done really, really well. Is this competition for Warframe or D2? Both. Knowing Nexon, and again, knowing MapleStory, I used to play MapleStory, right? Knowing MapleStory, knowing Nexon, knowing the way they go, I would be shocked if we didn't see raids, we didn't see dungeons, and we didn't see PvP. I will be shocked if those do not get added in. And again, this is just me drawing off my experiences with the company and with other games I've played from them. But Nexon has done their research on this market, and there is no doubt in my mind that they know that Warframe players are begging for raids to be back, and that they're going to capitalize on that. Yeah, that's just it, mums. It's a weird genre to be in, and basically the only games in there are Warframe and D2. So it's only natural that's going to be the comparison. D2 I don't care for, but Warframe could use some comp. I do think this has DE sweating. Again, this is with the big asterisk that, you know, I am biased here. Again, I am completely being honest, I am biased here. I want this to make Warframe sweat. I want this to make DE go, oh, fuck, we have competition. And I'll be really upset if that's not what happens. And yeah, Nexon have done their homework. They've done their homework. They've reached out to content creators for this genre. They know what they're going for. They know who they're going for. And basically, in my opinion, again, giant asterisk, in my opinion. This is not speaking as a Nexon person, blah, 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 blah. This is not speaking as a content creator. This is speaking as a lizard. In my opinion, this is going to be what makes or breaks Warframe. If Nexon pull this off the way I'm thinking that they will, then I think DE are going to be scrambling. And I think if they have DE scrambling, if they've done their homework, if they grab the content creators, everything good about Warframe, then I think it will be really good for DE. Because DE kind of just sits there with Warframe, and they don't really have much competition. And because of that, they've gotten too comfy. I want to see DE sweat because of this game. I want to see them pissing their pants, going, fuck, we need to do better. We need to make Warframe better. And I genuinely, like, wholeheartedly believe after the little bit of time I've had in this beta, and admittedly it hasn't been as much as I want because I've been sick, I think if there's any game that is going to come in and make DE clench their butt cheeks, this will be it. Got some performance on your hardware. Not the best, I'm not gonna lie. But again, that could be beta. That could just be that it's an older game. They're doing, well, an older dev build. They're doing some optimizing in the background. I would be shocked if there wasn't some data collection on what GPUs and what, you know, what graphics are being used, what sort of builds people have for their PCs. Like, 100%, they're gathering data on that. And it's gonna get optimized. In fact, a couple of days into the beta, sometime over the weekend, there was actually a patch for, sorry, a driver update for NVIDIA cards specifically for First Descendant. It came out later into the beta. That means Nexon are taking feedback and working on it. If it was already planned, it would have come out before the beta. It didn't. It came out partway through. That tells me Nexon are actively looking and trying to optimize and fix. Yeah, the performance isn't the best. However, I do think that they're trying their best to improve that. And again, it's a beta. It's a beta. You can't expect that to be perfect. You know what you're signing up for a beta. You know it's not going to be, like, world-shattering. And, well, yeah, the graphics haven't been anything to write home about. I personally think Warframe does run a bit smoother. Warframe is a full game with 10 years of dev time behind it. This isn't beta. But Nexon are showing that they're taking feedback on board, and that is the difference. That is what gives me so much confidence in the shit I'm talking right now. Hell, even today, there's been latest news of known issues. They're actively finding and patching issues. I'm looking at the Steam page for it right now. There are so many things of them finding issues and patching them and just constantly trying to improve that just in the fucking beta. So, personally, props to them. Props to them. Did you see what they found in the beta today? No? If Nexon does it right, and I hope they do, it would be fantastic for Warframe to have this competition. Yep. The thing that tipped me off that Warframe... Oh, shut up, Nums! Shut up! Get out of here! Scram! Fucking... I hate it here. Anyway, the thing that tipped me off that Warframe has their eyes on this and that they're sweating is that they announced Twitch drops for Warframe category basically to coincide with the beta. The announcement coincided with the fact that creators are getting... Oh, I just pressed into the game. That's okay. The drops coincided with that, and that tells me Warframe are looking at that and going, fuck. They've got drops for all their creators who are also our creators. That's not good. So I think there's already a little bit of a asshole clenching coming in on DE's side. And again, I think that's good. I want to see DE sweat. I want to see DE go, fuck, we need to make our game better. They're listening, Nexon is listening to the player base. Nexon is improving things, dropping patches left, right, and center, and doing their best. And honestly, what more do you fucking want from a fucking game company? It's in beta and they're already doing that. I still think the game has a long way to make Warframe sweat. Reminder, the game doesn't come out for 5 more months. If they're going this hard and being this receptive to feedback, I think in 5 months, when we see this game fully drop, Warframe is not going to be happy. Warframe are going to be clenching their ass cheeks. Even then, Warframe's older and established. That's a double-edged sword, right? On one hand, yeah, Warframe has 10 years in the game. On the other hand, there's a lot of people I know who are suffering from burnout and who aren't happy with those 10 years and what that's left them with. So I do think it's a bit double-edged of, you know, if they pull it off, Warframe might be in trouble. Looks like this is one of the first games Nexon is using Unreal Engine 5. They're learning a new game engine as well. Yeah. The fact that they're being receptive to feedback, that's all I can ask for as a streamer. But yeah, for people with 10 years under their belt, I expect more kind of sword, yeah. And that's going to be a big thing, I think, is the way we see D handle this. On one hand, D can go, we've got 10 years on these guys, let's fucking kick their asses in. On the other hand, it will be very easy for the community to turn around and go, well, you've got 10 years and yet you're still doing less work than Nexon is. You know, you're getting outclassed by the newbie. The melee is very underwhelming. I do agree, but again, I don't think that has been fully fleshed out yet for the beta. I do know that there is a lot that is not cooked yet, because this has mainly been to test crossplay servers. Hell, speak of the devil, even now in the TFD Discord, there is a topic about melee being, like, spoken on right now. Crossplay looked fairly smooth. The crossplay experience has been flawless. Like, matchmaking issues have not been crossplay related. My one gripe, and this is entirely a me gripe, that's why I haven't brought this up, is that it's really hard for console players to add me because I have a heart in my Steam name. But that is an issue with the console itself and me refusing to take out the Unicode characters. That's not on Nexon, that's not on TFD, that's on the idiots who have Unicode characters in their name. Me. But yeah, crossplay itself, seamless. Couple of crashes here and there, but not crossplay related. And again, they're aware of that, they're fixing that. That is good. It's a beta. It's time to iron out the kinks. And I don't know. This is going to be a free-to-play game. This is going to be free-to-play. I will not be getting rid of the kink for that fucking Dead Bride boss. That is, she is gonna be in my dreams. Let's just say that, chat. Okay. I think that is all of my final thoughts. And Honestly, I'm really upset to be saying goodnight tonight and to be closing stream knowing that this is the last of our First Descendant streams. Like, I'm genuinely upset about that. Hello! Thank you for the follow, welcome. Don't go, quit your job. But then it's just delaying the beta being over. No, I am genuinely upset to see this beta closing. Not only as a content creator, but like, just as fucking someone who really loves looter shooter games and who wants to see more exploration. Like, there is so much stuff that I feel like I didn't get to do in this beta. Hey Glitch, welcome! I feel like I could happily, easily spend another 8 hours just exploring the map, just finding out, exploring all of the fucking little realms that we can go to, beating up the rest of those bosses. There is so much that I wish that I could be doing. And, you know, sure, I finished the main storyline of the beta, but I feel like that was hardly a scratch on the surface, you know? And for beta to be leaving me with that feeling and making me want more, that's an achievement. That's coming from someone who, normally, I pick up a game, I play it a couple of times, and I go, back to Warframe, back to D2, back to whatever. You guys have seen that. You guys have seen me do that like dozens of times. I don't have like long-lasting, I want to play this game. First Descendant has done that for me. I genuinely feel like I could take a day off work tomorrow and just stream me exploring everything, finishing those bosses, finishing all of that shit. Just vibing, trying different Descendants. There's so much that I still want to do that it's making me sad that the beta is over. Well, that the beta will be over by the time I get home from work. Yeah, people are racking up, 30, 60, hell, some people have like nearly 90 hours in this like less than a week-long beta. And that says so much. That says so fucking much. I don't know. I'm genuinely upset to say goodbye to this beta and to say goodbye to this game. And I know it's not a goodbye. I know it's a see you later. And it's a wave and a see you in February. But I don't want to. I want to keep exploring. I want to keep going. Chat, I'm resisting the urge to call in sick tomorrow for work. I do want there to be another beta. I really do. I would give, like, if they said, Akari, you can play in a closed beta, but you need to stream every second of it, I'd be like, absolutely. If they said, you can play closed beta, but only on like 3 FPS, I still would. I do not want to say goodbye to this game. I genuinely just don't. Beta ends in 15 hours? I know. And yeah, this beta has left me wanting more. This beta has left me like the feral emote. Just gimme, 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 gimme. with that, I genuinely think this is one of the saddest time checks I've had in a really long time. Because I don't want to. I want to keep playing this game. I want to keep playing Warframe to start it off. I have 8,000 hours in Warframe. But yeah, tomorrow will probably be Warframe stream to try and copium the tears away. I think Warframe stream is what's on the schedule. Let me check. Yeah, Warframe is on the schedule. $200 episodes of TFD. Don't tempt me. When the game comes out, that'll probably be what happens. Okay. One of the saddest time checks possibly ever. But I do need to time check. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching me play a game that was like brand new to all of us. Thank you for enjoying it. Hi Zodo! Thank you for... You've got 15 hours. As you can see in the top left corner, it is 1:30 in the morning for me. By the time I sleep, wake up, go to work, and get home, the beta will be over. So for me, this is where the beta ends. For other people, if you do not have a real life like I do, then please give this game a shot. So yeah, when the full game comes out, we'll be back. When there's another beta, we'll be back. I will be back to this game. I want this game so much. And that's why this is a sad time check. Tomorrow, we play Warframe. I enjoyed my stay. I enjoyed your stay. Boss is emotional. I am a bit emotional. I'm being a bit of a babby. I'm being a baby. Warframe copium, I know, but I'm still being a baby. I enjoyed your stay. I hope you enjoyed your stay. I hope that the people who have followed for First Descendant will stick around for the time being until we get First Descendant back. I've really enjoyed meeting some of the people who have come to stream for First Descendant, and I really hope that you stick around through Warframe and D2 and however long it takes us until the next beta or until the game's release. And yeah, this is a really sad time check. I didn't think I would get emotional over a beta ending, but I am. Alright. Good night, chat. I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll play Warframe. We'll try and get the copium. We will have absolute copium juice. But for now, I need to sleep. Good night, guys. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night. See ya. Thank you for being here for First Descendant. Thank you, thank you. Adios, TFD. Ajax, my beloved. Good night.